are you appreciating your creativity today? We are appreciating the Seven of Pentacles. At MoonFullArt, I focus on helping us to discover, embrace, expand, and appreciate our creativity. Hi, I'm Tracy. Welcome to a MoonFullArt Creativity Tarot reading. Hello, this reading is for the week of November 21st to the 27th for the Creative Collective. The herbal allies I have with me today are lavender and dandelion leaf and a few drops of the tarot anointing oil from the November Witch's Roots box. The first card is going to be our overall energy for the week. And our overall energy for the week is Temperance. Temperance is the magic that happens when you blend things. It's not so much about balance as it is harmony. The Temperance card is frequently described as a mixologist, someone who can take things that seem completely opposite, like, I don't know, rum and vodka, and mixing them together in just the right way that you get an end result that is harmonious. When I think of the Temperance card and mixed media, the mixed media work that I love to do, it's frequently about adding things like texture and colors and fabric and paper. And when you see them separate, you think that's not gonna work. But then when you see them together, it's like, that's beautiful. That is Temperance energy. So the Temperance card is asking us to think about our resources, think about our tools, think about the projects we're working on, and consider ways in which we can mix things together that haven't been mixed before, or mix things together in a way that hasn't been done before. And still come out with something that is harmonious and beautiful. And while we're traveling with the Temperance card, looking for that mixologist in all of us, what are we what are we discovering this week? We're discovering the Three of Cups. We've gotten this card before. The Three of Cups is, like in this card, you see three females in celebration. At the top of the card, up here, you see a triple moon. The triple moon signifies the energy of Mother, Maiden, and Crone. So if we're expanding with the Three of Cups, we are asking, how can we celebrate with others? How can we celebrate our differences as well as our uniqueness, as well as the things that we have in common, our sameness, our shared visions, our shared values? And how can we do that in a way that blends things that haven't been blended before? How can we do that in a way that helps us find ways to create new concoctions that are lovely? And sometimes when you're creating new things, you're also going to make a mess. Everything's not gonna work, and that's okay. It's all in service to discovering what does work. The Three of Cups asks us to remember our allies, remember our support group, remember our collaborators, and have conversations about dropping cards all over the table. Yes, that's what we should do. We should have conversations about that. No. Let's try that again. So, since we are discovering with the Three of Cups, what are we embracing this week that's going to help us bring out our inner mixologist? We are embracing with the Seven of Cups. Choices, 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 choices. And that's okay. Having choices is always a good thing, especially when we're talking about our inner mixologist. We can experiment more when we have more ingredients to experiment with. So yeah, choices is good when we're traveling with temperance. And we're going to embrace all the choices that come our way this week. And we are expanding with the Five of Swords. We've had this card as this before as well. The Five of Swords frequently relates to conflict, and specifically conflict with our words and with our thoughts. But having the Five of Swords in our expand position, we are going to be thinking about ways in which we can expand the way that we gather our choices, the way that we communicate our choices, the way that we blend our choices, and we also want to make sure we're paying attention to the way we use our words. And sometimes that could be as simple as when you're writing, if you're writing things, look at the words that you always fall back on and grab a thesaurus. An online one works well, and see if you can find other words to use in place of your old standby words. Since we're traveling with temperance today, we're always blending and mixing and having the Five of Swords is also asking us to blend and mix the way that we communicate. Sometimes it's avoiding conflict is simply a matter of choosing the right words. And what are we appreciating this week? We're appreciating with the Four of Swords. It's interesting to have the Four of Swords and the Five of Swords right next to each other, because perhaps the Four of Swords is saying that when we stop, oh, you can't see that, sorry. I moved the camera and, well, I don't think that was successful. Perhaps the Four of Swords is saying that when we stop and pause and think about where we are and where we're going and what outcome we're looking for, and how we can use our words and our thoughts to get to the outcome that we're looking for, then we will have less conflict. When we think about the Four of Swords in a creative way, we're remembering that we need to rest. Sometimes we need to allow projects to rest. We need to just walk away from them and come back to them with a fresh perspective. So that's the energy of the Four of Swords, and we're appreciating those times when we're not pressed for time and we can stop and walk away and spend a few hours doing something else entirely and then come back to the project with a fresh set of eyes. Life doesn't always give us that opportunity, but we definitely appreciate it when it does. So that is our week for this week. Have a great week. I'm looking forward to hearing about what you are mixing up this week with your temperance energy. Make it a great week, and I will see you next time.